It is, I feel, a great night to be at the transgender non-binary comedy show. We all agree? I know it's good because today, as I was getting out of the subway station, I passed a guy who's wearing a sweatshirt that said the name of the college that I went to. And I went to a really, really small college, so I kind of always stop people when I see them wearing my college stuff. And I'm like, oh, hey, did you go there? I went there. He graduated 2021. I graduated 2023. That's so funny. You walk away. Why am I telling you this information? He and I both went to a women's college. And if that's not a good omen, I don't know what is. Anyway, maybe it's just me, but I kind of like the feeling of sneezing. It's like coming, but you can do it in public. Every time I tell that joke, one person really likes it. This is a controversial time to be saying this, but have we perhaps lost the plot on gender-affirming care? And I need you to stay with me. But I was on the phone with my insurance provider recently, and I was just talking, and at some point they figured out that I was talking about getting a medication that was hormones for transgender reasons. And they go, hold on. They put me on hold, and another agent picks up and says, hi, I'm Kaylee, my pronouns are she, they. I don't care! I don't give a fuck, actually. Kaylee, she, they, and Brandon, USA are both going to deny my claim and misgender me while they were doing it. If Anthem Blue Cross gave a shit about my transition, they would give me a podcast. And if I'm being honest, taking testosterone is like not even in the top 5 things that I do for my transition. Number 1, dressing bad, obviously. I dress like if you let a dog wear clothes. And not like a cool, sexy dog like a German Shepherd, like a Basset Hound. A Basset Hound is kind of like an old man that's also your grandma. And I say that coming to you from the multicolored overalls that I did take from my grandma's closet last weekend. And like number 2 for my transition would be taking pictures of my own genitals. And number 3, I love you. And number 3 would be speaking over women. I only take testosterone so that I can speak over women louder and more effectively. What was I even talking about? Transition. Yeah, some people are like, why would you even transition? I'm like, for the loneliness epidemic, obviously. Women are always going to the bathroom together. That's so weird. Yeah, I've been on testosterone for like 2.5 years now, which is cool. But the thing that they don't tell you about hormones when you start taking them is that you don't actually really get to choose what they do to you. Testosterone is a controlled substance because it takes control of you. And so I was kind of like excited actually to be like, what kind of guy is this gonna make me? And like about a year into my transition, that summer I shaved my head, I read Fight Club, and a gym membership. So the answer was alpha. Which is great, and I shouldn't have expected anything better because I am a stand-up comedian with an active letterbox. So that was on me, actually. Yeah, I've been dating recently. I ended a relationship not that long ago, so I've been trying to get out there. I ended this relationship because he was a straight man. Oops. I personally thought we had a pretty heterosexual relationship because I would leave like open bags of chips and half smoked joints around the apartment, and then he would come home and cook dinner and be like, I'm too tired to have sex. Nobody wants to be a woman anymore, I guess. But like there was other things too. I had always wanted him to talk dirty to me more, and I was just shy. but admittedly he was a gamer. And so sometimes I would hear him on the mic, and he would be saying things like, "Behind me, he's on me, I'm coming, he's on me." And I was like, oh, I gotta switch up my tactics, okay. So I started saying things like, I stopped saying like, "Oh, so good, right there." And I started saying things like, "On your left!" Reload!
Finish him.
Unfortunately, did not work. He was not reloading into a woman. Can't help you there. I have really been dating more. It's not going awesome. The other day, my roommate texted me and was like, "Hey, I need you to stop sucking dick in the comment spaces." And I was like, "Heard, got you." Because I didn't want to tell her that was the sound of me eating a whole watermelon on the couch. But I've been seeing this girl recently, and a couple weeks ago she was like, "Hey, I want you to come to this party and you can meet my boyfriend. Don't worry guys, remember, we're in Brooklyn, it's okay." And I need to figure out a way to be like, actually, I have enough coworkers already. Because I'm like, the girlfriend's boyfriend and I are just two people who haven't been fired from the same job yet. Like, I have about as much interest in going to see a movie with the Kuhl as I do with going to the holiday party at work, which is 0. I don't really want to go over and watch RuPaul's Drag Race if my boss is there, that's why I have to stay at my place all the time. Okay, how do I transition into this next joke? I know a lot of people in this country don't really have good sex ed. Like, a lot of people I know talk about finding out what sex is from the playground, like other kids on the playground. I'm lucky enough to have not had that experience. I was the kid on the playground explaining sex to other kids. I was like the 3rd grade Prometheus bringing fire to all the children. And the way that I found out about how sex worked was my mom asked me one day in the car if I knew how chickens mated. And I had to be like, back up, what's mating? And she was like, and she had to explain it. I never figured out why my pervert-ass mom wanted to know how chickens got sex. But you and me. But I have to presume that before she picked me up for school, she went to my father and he was like, "Man, I don't know, honey, have you tried asking our 7-year-old child?" And to be fair, I did end up learning how humans mated and how chickens mated. It's actually the exact same. The female opens up her cloaca and presents it to the male. I don't have to tell you guys that. So it was really easy for me to go back to the playground and be like, "Guys, you're never gonna believe this. The penis goes on top of the vagina, much like a hot dog." That's how I figured that one out. Let's go back to dating for a second. I keep seeing these cisgender straight women who are becoming enlightened about the idea of dating trans guys. And they're always saying the same thing, which is like, "I want to date trans guys because they're so much more emotionally mature. They go to therapy." Cis straight women will be like, "I'm tired of dating all of these guys with mommy issues." Wrong. "I killed my mother's only daughter. This shit is radioactive." "Yeah, I went to therapy and it made me worse." This is a true story. I broke up with a therapist because she reminded me too much of my mother. And we haven't been back since. Let's see. One more thing. Do we like conspiracy theories?
Yes.
All right. No, and I understand. boring. They're all kind of the same thing. We've all heard of how George Bush orchestrated 9/11, right? Oh, he wanted to go get more oil. Personally, I think that is kind of boring. My personal belief is that George Bush did 9/11 because he is a really big fan of reflecting pools. And I know, I'm sorry, I know we have some people who are older than me in the audience, and I do feel bad because like my generation's, I was born in 2001. My generation's whole thing is that we don't remember 9/11. It didn't we don't remember a time before. It's only after, so we don't really take it that seriously. And I just want to assure you guys that is not the truth. And I can prove to you that I do take 9/11 seriously because I can tell you exactly what I was doing that day. When those planes hit those towers, I reacted the way any American patriot would. And I shit myself.